mean, it just made me feel really angry. Like I mentioned, robbery is a robbery, but once it gets into this really violent beating, that's something else. That's, I want to say, hate crime, borderline kind of in that region. And there's no solution to this. Ideally, it would be great to live in a world where there could be an answer to racism, but it's really difficult to change people's prejudices. And it's, I mean, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and tell someone how they should think, and I'm not gonna let someone else tell me how I should think. But to some degree, we need to understand that, you know, we're all contributing members of this country, society, you know, your own community, at whatever level you want to look at it. And we can't allow these things to happen in our own backyard.
I'm from Southern California, and I have had instances where my parents have been like stopped from driving because for some random reason, just because they were Hispanic or Latino, or they just looked that way, they automatically felt like they didn't have their license. And obviously my dad had a license and he had everything with him. So just little instances like that, this kind of shows that there's a lot of discrimination going on around, and there's a lot of stigmas about Latinos, but I almost feel like discrimination and racism is still occurring, and especially when it comes to people dying, that's absolutely not okay. So for me, like, seeing this, it's not surprising, but the numbers are definitely something that should be fixed.
You know, it's something that happens over and over again with different minorities, with LGBT minorities, with black minorities, with everyone. It's really sad, and it's something that I think needs to stop in our society. And it's not something that's centered just in one town or in one state. It happens everywhere. It's something that, you know, you still fear as a minority. It's like, you know, what if that happens to me, or what if that happens to someone that I'm close with, who I'm related to? You know, it's a reality that a lot of people don't realize. I'm very fortunate to know of undocumented students here at Penn who like will speak out and wouldn't hide that necessarily. That's like a great step in progress because of people that exist like them. Maybe one day everyone will be able to speak out.
I've seen this kind of like activity that's happened back in my own neighborhood back in Chicago. It just shows that, well, we're living in a country that has two realities, where one, they want to portray like the good, and the other where, you know, this kind of stuff, the negative, you know, keeps appearing. Hispanics are becoming more and more of a demographic, like, a reality in this country, because, you know, statistics, you know, people, when you point out statistics to them, they always get freaked out by the fact that we're going to become the largest minority in the country by 2050. And for a lot of people I know personally, they get scared by that. And I feel like there's a push, like, you know, that, you know, there has to be some kind of like push against us, only because of the fact that eventually become more economically powered, will become more politically powered. I honestly just think it's just a push against us.